Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, the Chudds have found their new, or their latest, Last Jedi, and it's the new Predator film. They're just piling on and tearing it apart, and I'm not quite sure why they picked this film. I think they tried to do the same thing with the other Predator film, with the girl boss, and it didn't work because people actually liked it, and then they sort of had to turn around and realize they couldn't win that one, and they started to say nice things about it. But this one, they've decided it's feminizing the Predator films. It's destroying the male action film. It's destroying men. It's just, all these horrible things. Of course, they're going on and on and on about, and it's kind of funny. I saw a live stream with Rob Meyer Burnett and I think the Film Freak guy and about 3 or 4 other people, and they're all just trashing it and just going on about, just putting up all their agendas. Oh, it's against men, all these things that they're just projecting onto it because they just need something that they can use so they can talk about all these issues that they want to push. And Rob Meyer Burnett sitting there like, this was great, I loved it. What, like, just enjoy it, like, and I'm like, does he not know where he is and what the whole point of them being there is? They're just there to hate and monetize hate and to play on, people's insecurity and discriminations and bigotry and everything, and it's just fascinating to watch that. But now, from what I hear, the film itself is good. It's more of a conventional action film. And people are saying, oh, it's been feminized, it's got no action, it's been Disneyfied, it's just like a little kid's romp with, some cute character and all this stuff. And there are a couple of elements of that in there, but apparently those people didn't see the film, is what I'm hearing from the people reviewing it who did see the film, because the creature doesn't turn out to be so cute in the end. I don't want to spoil it. The girl, and she is a girl, but she's not a girl boss. She's not running the show. She's not teaching him how to be like a better man or something condescending. It's just, and there's no romance. People are like, oh, there must be a romance. And like, there's no romance. I don't know where people are getting it. I don't know if people just make stuff up because that's what they want to talk about, or people don't see the film so they just guess, or sort of they'll sort of look at other people's comments to try and work out, what the story's about or what they're saying or what's wrong. And it's just really sad. You just see them just pushing this agenda and this whole, oh, this is against men because the only man in it is like a toxic male, and because apparently the father of the Predator was going to kill him, basically because he's a runt and he basically has gone out to prove himself. And he finds an android, a synth with no legs, and some weird creature, and they help him, and there's some level of humanization of the Predator character, and I'm like, yes, okay, that might be bad if you want the Predator just to be a monster, but if you want a franchise and to do more with this, you're going to have to show the Predator culture and show they're actually like people or beings. They can't just be the faceless sort of monster. Well, not faceless, but you know what I mean. And people are just obsessed with that and caught up on that. And I'm like, what do they want? Do they want another Arnold Schwarzenegger film? Do they that's their idea of what Predator is? And they're all saying, oh, it's not Predator 1, so it's not a Predator film. They've ruined the Predator franchise. I'm like, that was the first film. The second film was kind of a Danny Glover film, but it wasn't like a big macho action film. Like if you've watched the original Predator, just I forgot the name of the big scary guy, and the wrestler guy. I forgot his name. God, I used to know those people's names. It's just over the top. It's just ridiculous, and that's what a lot of these guys, a lot of these insecure little men who don't feel like men, who have to sort of worship these superficial, toxic male sort of examples of outdated examples of masculinity. It's just kind of sad. And they're like, how dare they not just make another one of them? And I'm like, they haven't made a film like that for, what? It was 87, 97, 2007, 2017, 2017. It's nearly 40 years. So I just don't get it. I don't get what these people are on about. And some of them don't seem to even have watched the film from what I've seen from people reviewing the reviews. Like Eric Debunks was going over the Critical Drinkers video, and it sounds like he didn't watch the film. And they don't need to, because they're just telling their audience what they want to hear. Oh, Hollywood's trying to destroy men, they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that, and this film is an example of that, and I can make up a bunch of things that fit the poster and the preview that you saw, and as long as you don't see the film, you won't know that I'm lying to you. That's basically the the sort of gist of some of the reviews I've seen, and it's just kind of fascinating. Like they need this. They need a Last Jedi every few months, or they won't make money. And there are a lot of channels that are struggling at the moment and closing, and people are leaving because they can't be paid enough. Some guy that my pretend mega boyfriend, Star Wars Theory is was doing a podcast with this guy, and I think I saw some clips from this with this guy, and they seem to have a nice little chemistry, and they seem to have some good conversations. Apparently he left because he couldn't get enough money out of the stream, and he couldn't get it's like he wanted a base. It's like, well, I'll only do the show for $500 because he used to make at least $500 when they were splitting it 50-50. So yeah, so that fell apart, and there's a lot of this happening. A lot of the sort of the hate sort of, I don't know what to call it, that the whole sort of Chud sphere seems to be drying up a bit. It's not totally gone, it's still there, but it doesn't seem to be as easy as it was, and there doesn't seem to be there's no Last Jedi at the moment. There's not much happening at the moment, and there hasn't been something on that sort of level for a while. So they just seem to be making stuff up and going back and revisiting things, and it's a bit tragic. And I think this is a bit of an example of that. And I just had to comment on it because I just kind of thought it was kind of fascinating to see just how they need to have one of these films every few months to just target and attack, and the things that they're threatened by and they're pushing, and they know other people are threatened by, that they can manipulate them for. That's just what they go on about. And as long as they can pin it on something and, make it sound believable to people who haven't seen the film and don't know any better and want to hear that, they'll keep doing it, I guess. So, yeah, I just had to comment on that. And this video is way too long, but it's kind of fascinating. And, I kind of want to watch the film now. I don't know about its face. So one person was saying that it doesn't look as good as the original, and I don't think it does. I know he doesn't have the dreads, and some elements are different in his size and everything, but the face doesn't seem to have the fleshy vaginal element to it, which I think they kind of removed that because they thought it was some sort of sexist male anxiety thing, projection or something, and they've made the Predator face into more of a normal sort of flesh sort of thing. It doesn't look as gross as it did back in the day, so I'll give them that. They're right about that. And it's got nothing to do with him being a runt or anything. It's just the makeup has changed, and I think partly because it's cheaper, I think, to just have it like more of a regular rubber face. But I think it's kind of like the pit in like Star Wars 3. It's like 6. It was a great idea, and I think it tapped into some men's sort of primal sort of fears of certain parts of the anatomy, but they definitely seem to have abandoned that. They didn't put a beak in it, like a snapping beak, but I do agree with them on that one. Some people were complaining that the makeup doesn't look as good, the Predator alien doesn't look as good. I don't think it does either. I think they've sort of done a more commercial, cheaper version of it, and they need to get back to the do they call it a pussy face in the movie, or what are they made names for it, I remember, because there's a lot of trash talk in that first film, and maybe it was the second film. I know someone made fun of its face, and they made like a vaginal joke, but yeah, they've moved away from that, and that is like a politically correct thing, and I don't know if they got an order to do it, or if it just sort of happened subconsciously or something, but that's the only thing I'll give them. The Predator doesn't look as good as it used to, and that didn't need to take 3 minutes for me to say, but here I am at 9 minutes. I'm going to go. Feel free to let me know what you thought of the film, what you thought of the response, what you think of, how that whole side of, YouTube is dealing with, the climate at the moment and everything. And, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I'm going to go. Bye.